Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Amps here, and today's video is going to be something a little different. It's not going to be Modern Warfare, it's not going to be any nukes, we're not dropping any tactical nukes on anybody. We're going to be playing a little bit of Fall Guys. This game is free for PS4 and Xbox, and I think it's a few bucks on PC. But this game is a lot of fun with friends, and if you're just trying to play something different, it has like real Mario Party vibes. I mean, it's like an old school game. You pretty much compete against like 40 to 50 people, and you're qualifying each round to see who can make it the furthest. And so I'm just going to give you guys some tips and tricks that I've realized playing the past few days, and try to help you guys get better. So the first tip I would give people is if you make it to Hex-A-Gone, it's pretty much like TNT Run from Minecraft, and you're going to want to pay attention to what's below you. So right here, I'm getting ready to fall to the last level, and I could have fell through the middle if I wasn't paying attention. But as you can see, I turn my camera right there and I see what's below me, so I fall down to the next level instead of falling into a hole. And right there, I cut that guy off and made him fall. But yeah, this is pretty much like TNT Run from Minecraft, so if you have any experience with TNT Run from Minecraft, you're going to be really good at this game mode. And as you can see, I eliminated that last guy and got the win. Okay, so for this one, you don't necessarily need to be in the front of the crowd. You just want to make sure you balance yourself all the way to make it to this platform, so you're not having to start from below and running up. But pretty much you want to stay with the crowd in this one, because you're all going to be pushing these little turn things to where you move forward. And as you can see, I'm towards the front right here. And if you can get out in front with the big group as everyone's pushing everything, this one is fairly easy to qualify. And for these ball things, I just kind of run down the middle. It's fairly easy to dodge those. But once you get past that, you're going to go to the far right or far left like I do here and run straight up. Those little bounce things will not touch you as long as you go to the far right, far left. I would stay out of the middle for that one. Okay, so this is Fall Mountain. This is one of the final ones. Usually like 5 to 10 people on this one. But off the start, you're going to want to go straight up the middle and commit either to the left or right side. You don't want to keep going back and forth. You want to commit to one route and stick with that route the whole entire way up. As you can see, I got to the left side early on, and it was fairly easy to dodge these things. But I would recommend going towards the left on Fall Mountain. Left side seems to be the path less traveled. And as you can see right towards the end here, a lot of people don't know, but you have to jump and grab the crown. You can't just dunk it and run into it. You have to actually jump and hold with R2, and it is fairly easy to grab. Okay, so this one is a little interesting. This is also one of the final ones. As you can see right there, I jump and dive and grab his tail. A lot of people don't realize that you can jump and dive and grab at the same time. So if you jump and then square and then R2, you can do that all in one motion. And as you can see, they're all chasing me because I have the tail. And this one is fairly easy. As long as you can get the tail within the last like 30 seconds, you should be good. I would stick to the outskirts and avoid the center at all costs. Just find a route and stick with that route. Okay, so DoorDash can be a little tricky. For this one, it's pretty much luck, unless you have some friends playing with you that can help call out. But as you can see, I just find a route and I just stick with it. I'm in the front of the pack, just jumping into these beams and trying to break the door. And sometimes your teammates will help you, but most of the time, if you can get towards the front, you'll be one of the first people to jump through. And this one's fairly easy to qualify as long as you don't get stuck towards the back of the pack. You should be able to qualify on this one as long as your friends are helping and calling out. Okay, so the next one is Seesaw, and this one has to be one of the most frustrating game modes in Fall Guys, just because if you don't get towards the front of the pack at the beginning, you can get screwed over very easy. So I would suggest trying your best to get away from the pack as quickly as possible, because everyone just screws you up. If you can get towards the front, this has to be one of the easiest ones to qualify on if you're towards the front like me and this guy are, because we're pretty much just running the course by ourselves. If you're towards the back on this one, you can get screwed very easily. And I've also noticed that the purple ones, for some reason, every time you get to a purple one, it can be very tricky. Take your time with the purple seesaws. I don't know what it is. Every time I get to a purple one, it just seems to get harder and harder. Okay, so this next clip is going to be me griefing someone and holding with R2 and then pushing them into this tiny little hole, and they're the last person. So this is actually quite funny right there. R2, hold, and he's out. Easy qualifier. Okay, so for find the path, a lot of people don't realize that you can jump across and dive across the path. I'm the only person that I've seen do this right here towards the end. See that it's going to go this way. I jump, dive, get that boost, boom. Easy qualifier, the first person that qualified on that map. It's fairly tricky, but if you can get an early start on the path and jump and dive across, it's very easy to qualify. Alright, so for this giant fan one, I've realized that once you get past these initial few ones, it's fairly easy. Just time it right and dive after you make it through. Don't go up the middle right there. I mean, you can see that guy just got launched. You're just going to want to avoid the middle, go right or left, and for these, don't be afraid to take your time, because if you get ahead of yourself, you will miss the jump. As you can see, this guy right here in front of me jumps and misses. He doesn't make it. And for this final one, you want to jump and dive. If you jump and dive, you will make that jump every single time. But if you just regular jump, I don't think you can make it all the time. So make sure you're jumping and diving for that last stage. Okay, so here is another Hex-A-Gone clip. This is going to be the final one. This clip was just really cool because this is one of my better runs that I've had. I get extremely lucky towards the end. And so I realized a lot of people just seem to be running straight around. Sometimes it's best just to jump and wait for a second. You don't necessarily have to be sprinting around to each individual comb. Sometimes it's best just to wait, jump, like I'm doing right here, because you're just staying up. You just want to stay up as long as you can, and boy, right there, I almost just slid off. I just got extremely lucky, and sometimes this game is just all about luck. It's not about skill sometimes, and right there, I secured the win. But yeah, Fall Guys is a lot of fun. If you have some friends, make sure to check it out, and YouTube. See you later. Peace.